I'll be talking on seed time and harvest time, or sowing and reaping. Now, when you plant a corn, right, it takes a period of 3 to 1 week for it to germinate and a maturity time of 3 months. When you plant a yam, it takes about few weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks as the case may be, for it to germinate, and a maturity period of 9 months plus or minus. But when you plant a palm kernel, it takes weeks for it to germinate, right? And then it takes a period of 3 to 5 years for it to mature, and then you begin to harvest. But the beautiful thing, right, is that for the corn, once you harvest, you have to wait to the next planting season. If you want to harvest anything, you have to sow again. For the yam, still the same thing. But for the palm kernel fruit, it continues all year round. Once it gets to the maturity period, season after season. That's why scripture says, "For it shall be as a he shall be as a tree planted by the rivers of living waters that bringeth forth his buds in due season. Its leaves will not wither," right? So, and whatever it is that he shall do shall prosper. So the beautiful thing, why am I bringing this illustration? I heard the story of Pastor E. Adeboye, right? He told the story himself. One season in his life, I think he had probably just, it's not been long, he became the general overseer of Redeemed Christian Church. He gave out a bow tie. He usually likes putting on that bow tie, and within few days, few weeks, the kind of bow tie, people were just giving him bow ties everywhere he went to. And then at another time, he sold a shoe, like he gave out one of his shoes. And matter of few days, weeks, he was harvesting. People just began to give him, like he could not count the number. And one of the times he now gave out his car. At the time, that was his only car. And he was expecting that the same way with speed, he reaped or he harvested several bow ties and several shoes in the place of one that he sold, he was going to have the same experience with the car. But no, months went by and nothing happened. No one even asked, "Pastor, what about your car?" Like, "Oh, okay, I have 3 cars." Not even his members. At that time, it looked like they haven't personally came down, or God just shut the hearts of the people. And sometimes when they are going back to the church, they will be under the sun waiting to stop vehicles. The highest that probably they could do at the time would just wave and say, "Hello, pastor, safe trip, we're going," blah blah blah, and all of that. It turned to years, and 1 year and 2 years, and he was concerned, like without a car. After he sold his car, and then he went to God, and God now asked him this question: "When you sow a corn, how long is it going to take for it to mature?" He answered, "When you sow," there was a particular plant again. Then God asked him, "When you sow a cocoa, how long is it going to take for it to mature?" And he said, "5 years." God now told, and God responded and said, "The car you sowed is likened to a cocoa." Now, have you ever done something? Maybe you gave somebody, you helped somebody, maybe like help to pay transport of 500 naira, and before that day runs out, or let's say within 24 hours or a little more, somebody sends 5,000 naira to your account, whether you know the person or not, whether the person is a close person or far person, and you're like, "Whoa." And some other times you do some other things, and then it's taking like months, or you harvest or you reap in months or years. Now the point is that there is always a time frame between the sowing and the reaping. You really do not know. You are not the one to say, "Okay, this is going to take." It is in God's prerogative or wisdom or timing that he says, "Okay, this is likened to a cocoa, or this is likened to a corn, or this is likened to a palm kernel," as the case may be. But definitely, you would definitely reap, you would definitely harvest. It's certain. It's just a matter of time. It's certain. So in case you're here and then you'll be like, "Okay, maybe you gave, and or God instructed you, and it's looking like, God, what's going on?" Just understand that definitely you would harvest, but maybe that seed you sowed is like into a cocoa. And you know the beautiful thing about this cocoa thing is that, unlike any other plant, or like the palm kernel, unlike any other plant, maybe like the corn or the yam, once it gets to its maturity time, it's harvest all year round. You keep harvesting, you keep harvesting. You don't need to sow again. You just keep benefiting from that seed, that one seed that you have sown all the days of your life. All the days of your life. Another another thing you need to understand here is that God is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Now God is a rewarder. He would definitely reward. He will never, like I said in one of my earlier write-ups or posts, God will never waste your sacrifices, especially those done in obedience to his will and to his instructions. So just in case you're here and you're wondering, Abson, what is going on? Why haven't I? Don't be discouraged. Maybe your plant or whatever it is that you sowed is likened to a cocoa plant, and I tell you, once it matures, even you yourself, you'll be amazed. Now, speaking about Pastor A. Adeboye, there was a particular time that when the maturity time came for him to harvest this one car that he sold, I think in a matter of few months or so, he had over like 200 gift cards, more than 200 gift cards. Now he doesn't even know what to do with cars anymore. Like the number of cars that people keep giving him, at some point he was dashing people several cars, several. So that is a beautiful thing. In case you've sown and you begin to feel discouraged, say you have sown in tears, but you shall definitely reap. Your harvest time is coming. Just keep on doing what it is you're doing. Don't be tired, don't be weary. In due time, you will reap. And if your seed is likened by God to be like the palm kernel, like the cocoa, be rest assured that when that time comes, it will be a, a lasting thing you keep benefiting from every moment, every hour. So I hope this blessed you. Please let me know in the comment section what blessed you the most. Share, like, comment. You don't know who this might help. God bless you. This is Standing Strong.